Hi, I am Sarah Pryor. My PBL was titled Real World Relations, and it was for Algebra 1 students in the 8th grade. In this PBL, students explored real-world relationships. They worked together in teams to physically create their own relationships. The students used distance from the classroom wall as the y-axis and time as the x-axis. Calculator-based rangers, otherwise known as CBRs, were used to help with this purpose. I assigned the groups, and they were based on behavior. The groups consisted of 4 members. Each member of the group was assigned a role. One person was in charge of the CBR, another was the artist and in charge of drawing the graph. Another person was in charge of reporting the results, and the final person was in charge of physically modeling the graph. Throughout my PBL, I paid attention to a struggling student who talks out in class, distracts others, and does not turn in homework. But the student was engaged during my PBL. Preferential grouping, assigned roles, and differentiated instruction helped keep this student engaged. This student and his group did a fantastic job with their project and created a great real-world relation. I believe my PBL motivated the student because it got students out of their seats. The students actually took turns using the CBR to model a given time-distance graph. This appealed to the kinesthetic learner. It also appealed to artistic visual learners. I gave students poster board and markers to create their real-world relations. At the end of my PBL, I found that the post-test was much better than the pre-test. The green section represents the students that got both questions right on the pre-test. This percentage was only 4%. The purple section represented the percentage of students that got 1 out of the 2 questions correct. 76% of the students scored 50% on the pre-test. The gold section represents the 20% of students who missed both questions. The post results were dramatic after incorporating project-based learning. 61% of students got both answers correct, 39% got 1 out of 2 answers correct, and none of the students missed both questions. There is no doubt in my mind that PBLs are not only beneficial to a struggling student, but to the entire class.